I want to show you guys something interesting. Now, calm down. This right here is called a physical copy of a game. Now, I know there's some of you out there that probably have never seen this, but these do exist. Physical copies of games. Not digital. Physical copies of games. You can buy these. You can go to your local Walmart or a GameStop or a Best Buy or a Target, and you can get an actual physical copy of a game. And here's the fun part about physical copies of games. You don't have to worry about some of the bullshit that you have to worry about with digital copies when you're dealing with a physical copy of a game. Because this physical copy of this game is mine. I can do what I want with it. I could put a line of Coke across it and I could snort that shit up if I wanted to. That'd be stupid though. Don't do drugs, kids. But you can do what you want with this physical copy of this game. Today we're going to talk about physical and digital games. I like this game. I have a severe problem with digital games. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have digital games. After all, I have quite a few digital titles on my Vita. I've got digital titles on the Xbox One, the PS4, Xbox 360, PS3. I got digital titles all over the place. But when it comes down to digital titles, I'm very adamant. I will only buy a digital copy of a game if, say, for instance, I already have a physical version of it and I just want a digital version somewhere else to play. Like, for instance, over here on my shelf, I've got, actually it's right back here, I've got Red Faction Guerrilla and Red Faction Armageddon. And there was a huge sale a long time ago, and I got a copy of those on the PS3 digitally. Now, I wouldn't normally buy those, but I like those games, so I got 2 digital copies for like $5 each, and played through them on the PS3, and they're fun. I have a plethora of Final Fantasy games for PlayStation, and on my Vita I have other Final Fantasy games. You know, the only one that I have digitally that I don't have physically... No, actually, I think I have that one too. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the only one that... No, wait, I do have that one. Because that one's in the anthology, is it not? Let's go ahead and look. Where are you at? Yeah, I have 6 technically, physically, but I'll just leave you sitting right there. I don't know if they can see you. I have a real problem with digital games in the sense that digital games are kind of a clusterfuck. Digital games present a lot of problems, and they split the community in strange ways. I will never understand how it is that gamers can be like, oh man, dude, who wants a physical copy? Who wants a physical copy of the game? Who wants to hold their game? Who wants to possess their game? Why not just pay digital and just have data on your system? Why would you want to ever have a game? I don't understand those people. I can never comprehend how there's individuals out there. Like, I understand if there's underlying circumstances, you can't make it to a store, you've got decent internet, yeah, go ahead and download a few games. But these individuals that are so adamant about being digital only, they fucking freak me out. You guys are fucking weird. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're weird. If you're a person who's like, I don't want to have a shelf, I don't want to possess anything, I'll just have digital copies, you're fucking weird. And let me explain, by the way, a big shelf full of games is infinitely more impressive than a folder full of games. But when it comes down to it, I have issues with digital gaming, and I'm going to talk about them in this video. I've talked about it before, but I've never just made a random video talking about digital versus physical. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. My first big issue with digital stems from the fact that digital was marketed to us as being a cheaper alternative to physical games. You see, when you take a game and you release it physically, you have a lot of different things going on. First and foremost, you have manufacturing. You make a disc, you make a case, you make these nice little covers. Occasionally, you make a booklet. It has a booklet. When it comes down to it, physical has a certain level of cost to it, releasing and distributing the game. It's not just the fact that you have to make the game, you also have to ship it to different places so that people can go to a store and purchase it. These things cost money, and I understand that these things cost money. My question is, why is it that when a brand new game comes out, by the way, feel free to check for me when the brand new Call of Duty World War II comes out. Go to the store and see how much it costs to get a physical copy, and then go on your Xbox One or your PlayStation 4 and see how much a digital copy is. And then realize that the digital copy in some instances is more fucking expensive. You see, when you go on there, you see that they have it, oh, it's for $59.99. The same exact fucking price you could get a physical one for. But then you have crazy things like Digital Deluxe Edition. I fucking hate Digital Deluxe Edition. If I've ever seen something, I've never seen something that's more of a fucking waste of money than a Digital Deluxe Edition. What even is that? You guys do realize you're paying for nothing, right? You're paying for the game, and then you're paying for a few extra goodies that cost $20 to $30 extra. Digital Deluxe Editions are fucking stupid. But you see them all the time for digital games. Me personally, when I go to buy a game, if I'm going to get any type of extras, I want to have, like, you know, statues, magazines, books, collectibles, necklaces, figurines, whatever. When I go and I get something extra with my game, I want it to actually be something extra with my game, something tangible, something I can hold. But you have these Digital Deluxe Editions. When it comes down to it, there's no reason why a game on a store that's just a data pack should cost the exact same as a game that is in an actual fucking store like Walmart, Target, Best Buy. There's no real reason why the games that are digital should cost the exact same as games that are physical, because again, this was marketed to us as being cheaper. Oh, just think of the savings you can have. There are no fucking savings. You guys are just gypping us and making more money off of a digital product, and why? Why are you doing this? I could fix this for you, by the way. If you wanted, I could tell you the exact way to make digital sales skyrocket and make the physical sales go away. I could tell you that. You know why? Because I'm an intelligent motherfucker. I'm a genius. I got a little carried away with that. But I have flawless logic. You want to know how you could increase digital sales over physical sales? Here's how you do it. When Call of Duty World War II comes out, and it's physical, and there's a digital version on the store, here's what you do. The physical version, don't mess with it. Yeah, $60, whatever. Leave it in the store. The digital version, however, give us a discount. If you're going online and buying this game, give us a discount. And if you're gold or you're plus, you get even more of a discount. There's a reason Steam is so fucking successful. It sells brand new games for ridiculously cheap prices all the time. And if you did that on consoles, you'd see more digital sales. Imagine if Call of Duty World War II came out and you could download it for $40 instead of paying $60 for a physical copy. Now, me personally, I still get the physical copy, but you would get more sales that way. But Brett, they'd lose money. No, they wouldn't. All right? No, they wouldn't. Lowering the prices on items will increase the sales. It's basic economics, people. All you do is you take something people want, you make it a little bit cheaper, and more people will buy it than the people that wouldn't have bought it at the full price. That's why you see sales all the time for stuff that people want, like fucking Fruit Loops versus Fruit Hoops. Like, I will go for Fruit Loops on a discount every single time over the fucking Fruit Hoops that are like $1. I hate Fruit Hoops. It tastes like fucking cardboard. Where was I? The second big issue that I have with digital games over physical games is just the hassle. The fact of the matter is, when you're paying for a digital product, you don't own that product. This right here belongs to me. This right here belongs to me. I can do whatever the fuck I want with this game. If I wanted to, I could sell it. I could let a friend borrow it. I could take it to, a friend. I could take this game to a friend's house. I could put it into his system, and he could play it, and we could enjoy it together. I can do whatever I want with this game. However, a digital game doesn't exist in my hand. I can't do exactly what I want with it. That digital game is tethered to an account. And if something should happen to my account, if I should lose access to my account, if I should get hacked and be kicked out of my account, if I should get banned on that account, if I should have my system fry suddenly, and then, there's a litany of different issues that could happen to prevent me from playing my game. But when it comes down to it, if I have the game, if I just have the game, I can do whatever I want with it. I can play it at any given time, and I don't have to jump through hoops. This is one thing I hate about the Xbox One. There's a system on Xbox One where if you have someone else's profile on your console, or yours is on someone else's, you can share games. I don't like that. I understand that the concept of it is, oh, but you can share your games. Yeah, but you have to jump through hoops, and you have to be online to do it. Not everybody has the internet. Not everybody can do this. But you can always take a game to somebody's house and let them borrow it. That's simple as fuck to do. That's what Sony made fun of Microsoft when they tried to announce the Xbox One would only allow new games. You can't buy used games. That's some shit that's left over from the thing Microsoft was trying to do, and that's a reason why I don't like the game share feature on the Xbox One. I think it's a stupid fucking feature. Not to mention the fact that if somebody randomly buys something on their system, their account's on yours, it'll just start downloading it. That's fucking annoying. But when it comes down to it, there's a lot of issues with digital that people don't often think about. Another issue with digital is the simple fact of the matter is that if a license expires or something happens, they can terminate that game in an instant. There are games that people can't access anymore. There are demos that people can't access anymore. This right here is a game that people can't download anymore. I don't know why people can't download this game anymore, but I bought this a while back and it's on my Xbox 360. And when it comes down to it, I feel bad for the people that can't get this game anymore. This is, yes, I know I was last signed in on another console. Chill out. This is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This is a fun little game. This is a cute game. This is a hard game. Holy crap, seizure inducing. This game rocks. But there are people out there that can't get this game anymore because for some reason it was taken off of every single store. I don't know what happened. Was it licenses? Was it some executive got pissed off? What happened? What caused this game to get taken off the stores and become inaccessible to people that may or may not want to play it? That doesn't seem fair to me. This game is great. It's a 4-player beat-em-up. It's got great style. It's one of the few tie-in games I've ever seen that is absolutely amazing. And the art style reminds me of Gorillaz so bad it hurts. This game is fantastic, but you can't download it anymore. If you don't own this game, you can't get it. That's a huge issue with digital. Not to mention PT. Another thing, PT. Now, I wasn't a big fan of PT. I played it on another friend's system one time, but when it comes down to it, I wasn't a fan of what PT represented. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan. I don't think Kojima should fuck with Silent Hill. But the fact of the matter is, there are people out there that loved PT. And even though, like, I'm always on here and I'm always like, I don't like this, I don't like that, you should probably play this, you should probably play that. When it comes down to it, I don't try to dictate what people play. I just try to give them what I like and tell them what they may like. And there are people that liked PT. There are people that thought PT was a masterpiece. And that's fine. If you liked PT, awesome. I don't know what else you may like, but go enjoy it. But when it comes down to it, the idea that PT is no longer available for people that enjoyed it, it's no longer available for people like me to play. Like, I would have liked to have been able to play PT, use my recording feature, and talk about it like I did with Resident Evil. But I can't do that. I have no access to PT whatsoever. It's not there anymore. And I think if I recall correctly, there was even an issue where if you deleted it, you couldn't go back in and download it again because they removed it from your library as well. That's fucked up. That's a huge issue with digital games. The idea that you are not going to have access to this game because somebody somewhere just doesn't want you to. That's not fair. That's not cool. The idea that somebody somewhere could try to tell me, Brett, you can't play this game. We know you own it, but you can't play it, is horseshit. The idea that somebody somewhere would be like, we're taking this game away from you, is horseshit. Digital has huge issues that nobody ever seems to want to address. When I have physical games, like all these fucking behind me, I don't have to worry about a situation where some executive fucking lets a license run out and then they have to take it away. I don't have to worry about an issue where, oh, I'm not connected to the internet and maybe my license has expired, or I had to switch consoles because of lightning or fucking shitty neighborhoods with people burglarizing shit. I don't have to worry about any of that. When I have my games, I can just play my games. I don't have to worry about an internet connection. I don't have to worry about a license. I don't have to worry about DRM. I don't have to worry about whether or not somebody somewhere doesn't want me playing it, because I can just play it. If you like digital games, that's fine. But don't go so far over that you're like, everything should be digital. Because what will happen one day when every single game is digital? What will happen one day when we no longer have physical copies of games? Let me show you something real quick. This right here is Final Fantasy. I love this game. But this isn't just a game to me. This is a piece of history. This is an antique. This is an artifact, a relic from times past, when people would, you know, blow into their systems and stick it in a little gray box and go on adventures. This right here is a piece of history. Now what happens in 20 years from now if all games are suddenly digital? Well, what will happen is you won't have pieces of history anymore. You won't have Horizon Zero Dawn. You won't have Neo. You won't have Halo 5. When it comes down to it, I like these physical games because they represent more to me than just, oh, a spot on a shelf. He just wants to have a spot on his shelf. He's vain as fuck. I am vain as fuck. But they represent something more to me than just a game that I can play. They are something to be cherished, something to hold on to, a vestige of your childhood. And that's a real problem I have with digital. Because I think about the kids that are growing up today with video games, and I think about what games they're going to enjoy. Granted, mine were clearly better, but I wonder what games they're going to enjoy, and I wonder how they're going to feel years from now when they don't have anything to hold on to, anything to be nostalgic about. That's a problem. That's a problem that needs to be addressed. If you like digital games, that's cool. But try not to be one of these people that's like, pfft, physical games. Who wants to hold their games? Why would you ever want to hold on to anything? I just want to buy and download and play and then forget I have it until I need to clear space on my hard drive. That's a fucking sad way to live your gamer life. Plain and simple. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. When it comes down to it, I have a sincere problem with digital gaming. I also have a sincere problem with gamers who are like, oh, digital only. I don't hate digital gaming. I've got quite a few digital games. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is awesome. But because it's digital only and there was never a physical version released, some people aren't allowed to play it. And I think that's wrong. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you hate the video, if you hate me, if you think I should die, dislike the video. And do take care.